Timeout will be called by the sidelines. So we'll go ahead and send this one over to break again. 3-0. Timeout with the end of that first quarter. We'll send it over back to break. Make sure to stick around to see if Cal can mount an even bigger lead or if the Tigers come crawling back here on your live source for Cal Sports, KALX Berkeley 90.7 FM. Welcome back to Berkeley, California. The California Golden Bears taking on the Auburn Tigers in this historic first ever matchup. So on this drive, it is the Auburn Tigers. Two backs flanking the quarterback. Three receivers out wide. They hand it off, scrambling his way forward near the 50-yard midfield marker.
Again, same thing. Keep it on the ground, and it looks like Auburn's been saying if we're throwing the ball, it's going to be a lateral or it's going to be a short pass to the outside and hoping to get yards there.
Three out wide. Two to the left now. Looking over to the left. Quick throw, trying to find some space. And some aggressive defense by this Cal secondary to mark him down short of that 50-yard line.
It's that same play, Ryan, just passing it to the outside, and it's not fooling Cal and setting up a big third down here.
Ashford with the throw. He's subbed out after just 2 snaps. Back in comes Peyton Thorne. 3rd and 4. Ball right at that logo. Thorne now with hand signals. Thorne, a back to his left. snap is called off with flags thrown.
Looks like a false start.
Yep. So before the play could ever begin, Auburn 3rd and 9, ball on the 45-yard line. They're signaled against the Tigers. Watson, the secondary, ready for that deep throw from Cal. It's Thorne now. Off to the left, ball knocked loose, picked up by Cal. That may be ruled incomplete, though.
Big stop nonetheless.
Nevertheless, you're right, Jonah. Big stop right around that 40-yard line by Cal's defense, which is showing out big here tonight. Fourth and 9. This crowd is tickling for a touchdown. We want to see a big score. Jeremiah Hunter with a fair catch. Back around the 20-yard line. And Cal dead even with Auburn at 38 total yards, but it's the Bears who are up by a field goal. Timeout is called from the sidelines. We'll stick with it, though, because we want to address the elephant in the room. Cal joining the ACC, the Atlantic Coastal Conference. Carol Christ, UC Berkeley Chancellor, announced last Friday that Cal will join the ACC beginning with the 2024-25 academic year. Now, they're joined with SMU and Stanford, now making the conference 18 total teams. What happened, or how it all transpired, Cal got the 12 votes it needed out of 15 schools in the ACC. Originally, the holdouts were North Carolina, NC State, Clemson, and FSU, but ultimately it was NC State that flipped their vote to allow Cal to come in to the conference. This follows, of course, a flurry of conference realignment, including UCLA, USC, Oregon, and Washington leaving for the Big Ten. Colorado, Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah leaving for Big 12. And this honestly marks the end of the Pac-12, the 108-year history since Cal first joined. Now, if you're wondering about the money, right, how this all squares up, Cal will receive 30% of the ACC's revenue for 7 years. That's around $24 million per year. In 10 to 12 years, then Cal will receive 100% of the ACC revenue.
If the ACC's around in 10 to 12 years.
Exactly. Currently, Cal does make $37 million in the Pac-12. Again, they're going to be making $24 million, so a huge pay cut. And get this, Jonah, Cal is contractually bound to the ACC until the ACC's grant of rights agreement with ESPN expires in 2036. So my question for you, which you alluded to, was this ultimately a good move for Cal? How satisfied are you in terms of the short term and long term?
You know what? The ACC is better than picking up independent games, so got to be optimistic.
Ball live on the field. They come back off to the left-hand side. A fumble by Cal and a hard knock by the Tigers. It'll be swooped up by Auburn. And that is not what you want to see if you're a fan of the blue and gold. Right from the timeout break, it was butterfingers by Cal. Let's see that replay once again. Finley handed it off to Afonso, who got the ripped out of his hands. Ball was scooped up by the Tigers, marked down in red zone territory. And Afonso had a great showing against the Mean Green last game, the new recruit for Cal. This time his opening rush ends up in a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, you could do as great as you want in your first week. You had 3 touchdowns last week, but if you can't hold on to the ball as a coach, I don't know how much I want to send you the ball.
So this is dangerous now. Again, Cal holding on tightly to that 3-0 lead.
Looks like they're going to take a look at it. Look, if Isaiah Ifanze's was down, and anyone wearing gold in this stadium is hoping that his knee did touch the ground before his fingers went buttery.
It's hard to tell right there because you did have 2 Tiger defenders wrapped up around him.
He was down.
Yep.
Possibly a game-changing call here.
Absolutely. In the stalemate where neither team could score a touchdown in the first quarter. 13 minutes left in this second quarter. If Auburn ripped that ball away, it could have easily resulted in a touchdown or a couple of yards short of a touchdown drive.
Yeah, the way this game is shaping up in these offenses, it's going to come down to mistakes and big plays, right? Can someone get that breakaway? Can someone get that deep ball? And then mistakes, those turnovers. Again, you want to try to minimize those because in a game like that, right, we're not seeing these big offenses like USC and Oregon. This is, at least for Cal, an offense that needs to manufacture things and make things happen and move the markers down steadily at a time. But for these 2 teams tonight, again, it's going to come down to those big plays and mistakes. And a play like this is a mistake for one team and a big play for the other. So a big replay review right here.
Let's see what they will say. Cal again opening up their first couple of drives with a field goal made by Michael Luckhurst out from 39 yards. Cal had a second chance to put them up 6-zip. Luckhurst couldn't connect when he missed a 42-yarder. So far, 2 for 5 on all field goal attempts. Michael Luckhurst is. And boos and jeers from the crowd in gold. And I think the refs have stuck with their original play call, even though from our vantage point, we thought Afonso was down before the fumble. So back the other way it goes to the Auburn Tigers. Ball on the 17-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left. 1 flanking the quarterback. In comes Robbie Ashford for Auburn. Ashford looking at the sideline. Ashford now in the gun. Again, has it back to his right. Hands it off. Number 22. Scuttling over to the 10-yard line. It was Damari Alston, the sophomore running back. 2nd and 4. Ball on the 11-yard line. Here comes Ashford, the running quarterback. Tries to sneak his way out to the near sideline. Ran out wide, but met hard by Cal's defense. Craig Woodson credited with the solo tackle.
You ask who the best running back on Auburn is, it's not a running back, it's a quarterback, and it's Ashford. He had the most carries last week. He is speedy, so good job on Cal defense to get him down there.
Second quarter, the clock keeps ticking. 12 minutes left before the halftime break. 3rd and 6, following that solo tackle by Craig Woodson. Here comes Thorne, who's checked in for Ashford. Check down throw, finds a receiver, running down to the left side, and scoots his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. A quick connection from Thorne over to Jay Fair, the sophomore wide receiver, hurrying his way over to the left pylon. And that's the first touchdown score here in tonight's matchup.
Look, you got to capitalize on mistakes. Earlier in this game, we got the turnover, weren't able to score, couldn't even put up that field goal. So big play on Auburn to turn that turnover into not only a score, but a touchdown.
3 plays, 17 yards off that fumble from Afonso. Auburn notches through the PAT. So 7-3 is your score off that 13-yard touchdown. Again, from Peyton Thorne, who checked in for Ashford. A throw to Jay Fair and some yards after the catch. Nevertheless, stick around because Cal has a chance to answer back. It's the Bears versus the Tigers. The battle of the Predators here at Berkeley, California. You're listening to your live source for Cal Sports, KAOX Berkeley 90.7 FM.